Good morning, my Crochetmas family. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you slept well. I could not stay asleep for nothing. I don't know what was going on with that, but it is fine because we have had coffee and we are ready to go. And my disco ball cup holds an entire bottle of Dr. Pepper, so that's a blessing. It's a glorious, beautiful day. I do see the sunshine. Very rare in the month of December. Wasn't expecting this to flop all the way. Was hoping it would kind of stay in the center, but we'll just do whatever we can do. Hello. Welcome. Okay, this is day 6. So most of us know what's going on by now. If you go to, not that. Everybody except for me knows what's going on. If you go to acraftyconcept.com/candy cane, you can get today's free bonus thank you gift. It is not the pattern that we're making today, because the pattern that we're making today is from my friend Somerr of Sister Stitch Co. Check her out on Instagram. Candy, C-A-N-E. It is the Christmas Light gift pocket pattern. So if you go to this URL, you can download the ad-free PDF for the Christmas Light gift pocket pattern. These are excellent for Christmas time because they can hold a gift card, they can hold a small nail kit, they can hold tons of cash, all kinds of small gifts. This is a Christmas Light gift pocket, perfect for the holidays. Obviously, it was designed for the holidays. It's about the only time of year you could use one. Christmas Light gift pocket. If you go to this URL, you can grab it for free. As soon as this live is over, this URL will not work anymore. It will be broken. It will disappear. It will be as if it never existed. So go ahead and grab it now so you don't forget. I showed a little sneak peek last night during yesterday's Crochetmas, but I wanted to show you again today. This is the freebie that you got in your inbox this morning if you are on the Crochetmas VIP list. If you are not on the VIP list, what are you waiting for? It is absolutely free. You can go to acraftyconcept.com/Crochetmas. Sign up to the VIP list. Get on there before tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you will get the rest of the freebies for the rest of our 10 days together. We are on day 6, so after this, we got, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 days left. And then today's freebie matched, or coordinated, I should say, with yesterday's freebie. So we've got the retro Christmas characters in a pack of wrap labels. We got horizontal, we got matching thank you cards, and then we got the vertical ones as well. And now we have the matching gift tags to go along with it. And now all of a sudden I want to make matching gift tags to go with the pink Christmas freebie that went out on day 1. If you are joining late, there is no shame in the late game. You can send an email to support@acraftyconcept. Let the girls know you signed up late, but you are now on the Crochetmas VIP list, and you would like very muchly if they would send you these freebies that you might have missed. And they will do it for you. Hannah and Mackenzie are hanging out in this inbox over here to help you guys with things like that. Okay, one more time. Here's the URL for the free PDF to make this gift pocket. Grab it before it disappears. You can get it for free. Hello, Anthea and Katie and Rosalie and Britt and Toby. I'm so happy you guys are all here. Thank you, Deborah. She likes my shirt. I also like because it's a little bit cropped. See, it's not, which is good because I'm 4'9", so it's really difficult. I got this from TJ Maxx like in February for $4. I'm obsessed. It's my favorite sweater that I own, and I want one. I want one with candy canes. I want one with the Grinch. I want 100 of these because I'm obsessed. I would wear them every day. For day 9, Christina, we are going to make the Christmas tree for the hat. We're going to turn the hat into a Christmas tree, but I'm going to make sure the free PDF is for the crochet version of the Addie Bear. So we get a little bit of best of both worlds, right? You still get the Addie Bear pattern as the show up live bonus, but we are going to be making Christmas trees together. Crafty boho Christmas trees. It's going to be a fun time. I think we're going to do single crochets instead of half double crochets and make it a little tighter. It's going to be a good time. Somebody already made one, and they shared it with the hashtag Crochetmas 2024. If you follow that hashtag on Instagram, you will see her post, because there's only like 9 posts so far, I think, unless Instagram's messing up. It's not showing me the full thing. Sometimes it does that, but you should be able to see it. I liked and commented it before we went live, but I haven't shared it yet because I wasn't on my phone, because my phone is hooked up to my computer. So I will do that later. Very cute though. I loved it. She added like snow to it. We can embellish them. It's going to be a very fun time. So I cannot wait to make Christmas trees with you. Hi, Asia. Glad you could make it this morning. Okay. Let's jump into today's pattern. We are making slugs, snuggle slugs by Somerr of Sister Co. Mackenzie, can you please share a link to her? Oh, Yarny Craft said that was me. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Mackenzie, can you share a link to Somerr's Instagram, please? These earrings are disco ball earrings. They're from Hobby Lobby's party section. They got them in every color. I love them. Thank you, Brandy. I'm so glad that you like them. I made this one last night so we would have one to show this morning. I used smaller yarn. So I followed the same pattern. I just used smaller yarn. Today we're going to be using bigger yarn because we're going to make a bigger snuggle slug. And she has a couple different sizes if you buy the PDF for her, including the small size, which is made with big yarn still. So you say, Ashley, why would I need that if I can just follow this one and use small yarn and make the small size? Because if you get the pattern and you can make the small size with the big yarn, you will be able to whip it up in like 20 minutes. And then you can crank them out really fast and sell them at your markets. They would make very cute little Christmas ornaments, or even a keychain if you're like if your people likes big chunky keychains. This key ring, I'll show you when I switch screens, would be perfect. I used puff paint for my features because it's easier for me. So I will be having puff paint as part of my supplies today. And my big chunky yarn, I'm using faux fur because I don't have 2 pretty colors, including the Sherpa. The only Sherpa yarn I have is gigantic, way bigger than the hook this pattern calls for. So I'm using faux fur, and I have lots of this. So if I run out during the live, I can grab another one. You will need some polyfill or something to stuff your slug with. You could just use a bunch of scrap yarn if you have it. I do have it, but I'm saving it for my blow up chair. That's a post I shared a while ago on Instagram. If you know, you know. I don't know if you can see. Yes. Woo! My Grinch dress. There she is. My Grinch dress. I finished it. The puff paint dried. I love it. I shared it on Instagram today. If you were here for day 3, you heard me talk about it. Mackenzie popped in the link for Sister Co. Go tell her good morning. Go tell her her patterns are amazing. Go tell her thank you for her generosity and letting us do it live today on video for Crochetmas Day 6. Let's switch views and see what we see. Make sure you can still see me. Okay. Boop. So here's our little guy. If you want to see him from this view, we'll put this here for now because it adds all these crazy shadows. So far for Crochetmas, we have made a toddler size crafty boho Santa hat. This is the pattern we will be turning into a Christmas tree. We have made a cute little hamster. There's also a modification to turn the ears into bunny ears if that's your jam. It's free crochet. All these are free crochet patterns on my blog at craftyconcept.com. We made Santa dresses, little holiday dresses for the Gracie doll. That is where the Grinch inspiration came from. We made soap sacks to put a bar of soap in there so you can wash your body. These would make excellent gifts. They would probably do really well at markets. They would make excellent stocking stuffers. They might do well on Etsy if you can get them listed today, right? We're running out of time for that. And then yesterday we made hand sanitizer cozies so it can like hook onto a bag, a backpack, a diaper bag, a dog walking leash, all the things for hand sanitizer or anything else that would fit in here, like poop bags for a dog, or even a little bottle of lotion. If you had one of these bottles, if you used up all your hand sanitizer, you could fill it up with your favorite lotion and you'd be good to go. You could also share that as a pro tip for the people on your email list. If you sell these, you can let them know, hey, when you use up all your hand sanitizer, you can fill it up with your favorite lotion, and then you got a lotion container. That would be an excellent way to serve your ideal customer. It's a benefit of this product for them. Okay, today to make our little snuggle slugs, guest posted by Somerr of Sister Stitch Co. We will be using blanket yarn and faux fur yarn. This is Yarn Bees for the moment. I'm pretty sure. Yes, no, it is Fable Fur from We Crochet. That is the one that I will be using, but you can use Lion Brand's Go for Faux. You can use For the Moment from Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee collection. It doesn't matter as long as it's not the gigantic fur and it's just the regular medium size fur. This was made with Red Heart Hygge fur, which I consider like a worsted weight fur. I use it with my H hook, if that gives you a little bit of idea. Nolan, it's going to vary, but I will let my friends give you different suggestions in the comments. Christina says the soap sack and the Santa hat have been her favorites so far. I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Christina. Thank you for showing up and hanging out. Christina is always where I am. If I'm doing Ask Ashley, she's here. If I'm doing Crochetmas, she's here. She makes my heart so happy and gives me like the reason for like, because if she keeps showing up, I'm gonna keep showing up. You know what I mean? I appreciate you deeply, Christina. Thank you very much. I wish we could get together in real life and have coffee and homeschool our children together. That would be a fun time. Okay, I will also be using 2 crochet hooks. My 8mm. It's an L. It's an 8mm. This is Clover brand, and then my 7mm, which doesn't have a letter. So 7mm and 8mm. This one is for the fur. This one is for, I can't remember. We'll see in the pattern. One is for one yarn, one is for the other. And then I'll be using this puff paint for my features. You can also use safety eyes or just like some black worsted weight yarn if you wanted to. You will probably need a stitch marker or 2 or 3. If you don't have one of these, go ahead and grab you one or some scrap yarn or an earring or something, because working with this type of yarn is really difficult, and we're working in the round. So we will not be joining and chaining. We would just be going in the continual round. So grab yourself something that you can use as a stitch marker. While you're grabbing that, I want to make sure you have time to do that. I'm going to share one more time in this moment. I'll be sharing it throughout the live. If you go to craftyconcept.com/candy cane, you can get today's free show up live bonus, which is the PDF to make this Christmas light gift pocket, perfect for holding gift cards and cash and all the things this holiday season. Okay, let's dive into the actual pattern. Glad you can make it, Vanessa. Julia, this one is guest posted. I just want to make sure everybody knows. Somerr of Sister Stitch Co. designed this pattern and released it for free on my blog like 2 years ago. And then she was gracious enough to let me share the video today. So check her out. All of her things are absolutely gorgeous. I promise you will not be disappointed if you go check her out on Instagram. She is the bee's knees. All right, we are going to start with our faux fur yarn. Did I say polyfill? You're going to need some polyfill. I'm going to start with my faux fur yarn. I've printed off some of the pattern here. Okay, begin with my 8mm hook and my faux fur yarn. Okay, let me move my little keyboard so I can get a little better understanding of what's happening. We are going to, throughout Crochetmas, if I start, like when I made the hamster, we did the magic circle. For this pattern, we're going to do the chain 2 method because it's very difficult to close a magic circle with faux fur because all the little fibers get knotted up and it does not want to close properly. Amy, you can use a different size hook. You can use a different size hook if you need to. The next one up or the next one down. Whatever one you can still manage to use with the yarn that you're using. It'll be okay. This doesn't have to fit anything. You don't have to fit on a person. So it doesn't matter what size it ends up being. So you can literally use any yarn that you want. No problem at all. Oh, Amy, I'm so glad you were able to watch the replays. Make sure you grab your free Show Up Live bonus since you were able to sign up today. Mackenzie shared the link in the comments for you guys. That way you can just click on it and you don't have to type it in. Okay, so we are going to start by making a slip knot and chaining 2. We talked about the faux fur in day 1. I gave tips and tricks for how to manage working with faux fur. You can go back and watch the day 1 replay if you missed it. We're going to chain 2. That's 1. That's 2. Now I'm going to be feeling with my fingers where I feel the way I hold my yarn. I can feel with my ring finger and my thumb. I can feel the hole there. So I know that that's where my stitch will go. We're going to single crochet 6 times into that first chain 1 that we made. I thought about doing this with blanket yarn just so you guys could see, but the body portion is very simple instructions. Yes, Anthea, the freebie for today is this pattern because this pattern is not mine. So I can't give out that ad-free PDF. So I'm giving this one instead. This one is guest posted. So we're going to do 6 single crochets. That's 1, 2. You may notice that I yarn under instead of the traditional yarn over. You do you. 3. It will not affect this pattern. 4, 5, and 6. I am just faster that way, and that's how I taught myself. So I didn't even realize it was a thing until years later. Okay, I'm going to place a stitch marker in the 6th single crochet so I know where my row ends. That's going to be where my last stitch goes for round 2. That's how I do it. Okay, for round 2, we're going to increase in each stitch around, going from 6 to 12. Hello, North Carolina. So feel with your fingers where the stitch is, and that is where we're going to place our 2 single crochets. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's just kind of annoying. You can do it. It's just a little bit annoying. So we're going to place 2 single crochets here. You can just use blanket yarn if you wanted to. 2 different colors of blanket yarn. That would still be very pretty. I just really like the look of the textured yarn. That's 2. Going into my next one for 2. 1 and 2. So that's 4. Next one. 5, 6. And I'm just feeling the hole with my thumb and ring finger. 7, 8, 9, putting 2 stitches in each stitch. 10. Now look, my last 2 are supposed to go here, but they didn't make it to there. I'm a little bit in front of it, but I'm hoping that maybe I just put this in the wrong spot. So we're just going to go 12 for here, 1 and 2. I'm going to move my stitch marker, and then if I end up being off count, I'll show you how we can fix it. Because with the faux fur, you've got lots of wiggle room if you mess up. Lots of wiggle room. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Jordy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. For round 3, and again, we are not chaining and joining. We are just going in a continuous spiral. So that's why we're using the stitch marker. For round 3, we're going to increase in each stitch around again, going from 12 to 24. So figuring out where, sometimes it's hard for me to know where I just landed. So I'm going to take this back off, and I'm going to do that stitch one more time so I can feel it in the correct spot. And then when I'm feeling for that stitch, my thumb and finger scoot over to the next open hole. I'm going to stick my hook in there so I don't lose it again. Put my stitch marker back, because if not, I will keep adding stitches. That's what happens if I stop in between rounds and I lose my finger placement. This is where my first stitch is going to go. So we're going for 24 stitches. So 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. Well, we're happy you're able to pop in when you can, Megan. 1 and 2. Next one for an increase. 1 and 2. That's 4. Next one. 1 and 2. That's 5. This one's a little tight for some reason. 1 and 2, that's 6. 1 and 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10. Should be 1, 2, 11. And then I should have 2 in this one, but we are not making it to my stitch marker, so I'm not going to increase. Looks like I've got a bunch of stitches left over. Did I miscount? Okay, no problem. No problem. We're just going to finish it up. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to finish it. I need to restart, but I don't want to restart. So I'm just going to try to get to my stitch marker. I don't know how many stitches we got. I was just doing 1 in each stitch to get back to my stitch marker. I don't know how many we have. So this next round, rounds 4 through 15 are just 1 single crochet in each stitch. So for round 4, I'm going to count and see how many single crochets. And I just lost I think that's where my thumb hole is. I'm going to do it one more time just to be sure. Okay, so yes, this one goes here. And this is where my next one will go. I'm going to single crochet 1 time in each stitch all the way around, and I'm going to count them. I'm going to try to do it in my head so I don't mess up your counts. And as soon as I know how many stitches I actually have in this round, I can adjust in round 5 accordingly. So I'm going to count in my head. You're welcome, Carrie. Hi, Rhonda. Okay. 2. I didn't turn on my music. 5. Let me get this row done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know I said I'd do it in my head, but it'd be dead silent. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is the next hole. 20. Okay, so I'm a little short. So 19, I'm going to increase for 20. 20, 21, 22 for another increase, and then 23, and then 24 on my stitch marker. Exactly perfect. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and put my hook in my next hole. So now I have 24 stitches exactly. I went ahead and now where I added those little, nobody's going to be able to tell. That's one of the blessings about faux fur. You cannot tell. And this is so silky soft. I want to rub it on my face. Let me turn on my music. Goodness gracious. What is this, my first time? This is day 6. You think I would have worked out all of the quirks by now. Here we are. So sorry. So sorry. How we doing with the faux fur? Is anybody in a panic? Is below 50 today, and I can wear a hoodie in Texas. Listen, Caroline, I would trade you spots in any. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I have depression, and then it obviously gets worse in the wintertime, and I want to move for winter really, really much. Hi, Kim. Oh, maybe one day, Kim. Am I going too fast? Okay, so we have 5 through 15, and I'm going to have to make little hatch marks or I will lose my spot. Okay, good thing I had 2 pencils because I just dropped one. So we've just done 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so 5 through 15 is just 1 time in each stitch all the way around for a total of 24. Is that the right hole? I can't even. That one is in that hole, so I think it's this one. I'll count again. I'm going to do it this one. So 24 stitches in each stitch all the way around till we get to row 15. I do need to count though. I guess let me just do it one more time with the counting. And then I'll try to do it without counting. If I can get my stitch marker game. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, where the stitch marker is. This stitch marker will be where my first stitch goes, because that's where I keep losing my spot. Okay, that's where my last stitch goes. Excellent. That's row 5, round 5. And then we're just going to keep going. And I'm going to try to not count so I can chat with you guys in the comments. So wish me luck. Do you think you could use blanket yarn instead of the fur and worsted weight for the... So Christina, if you did that, you would need to for sure at least double up the worsted weight, because it needs, unless you wanted to add a ton of stitches to make it 10 stitches made with blanket yarn is not the same distance as 10 stitches made with worsted weight yarn. And if you don't use the correct hook size, your worsted weight would be super duper holy and all of your polyfill will fall out. So if you wanted to use worsted weight for the face portion, you will have to double it up or add a ton of stitches. And I'm not even 100% sure that would work. You would definitely be able to do it if you doubled up. My little practice slug over here was made with Red Heart Hygge fur for the body and then a velvet yarn for the head portion. I think he turned out super cute. Let's see. Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Okay, next stitch goes there. Last stitch goes here. If I wasn't live, I would probably just count to 24 over and over again and not use the stitch markers. But then if I got messed up, I would get really frustrated. So I might still use them. Okay, that's my next one. Boop. Maybe it would be better to just use blanket yarn for the whole thing and change the colors. That's a good idea. 2 different colors of blanket yarn would be cute. Absolutely. If you pop into Rhonda, I don't know what the temperature is here today, but it has been dang cold, in the 20s. If you pop over to Sister Stitch Co.'s Instagram and scroll a little bit past all of her all of her mermaids, and then keep going past all of her wild robot stuff, then you can find the slugs. I know because I looked yesterday because I wanted to get some inspiration for my face, my slug face. You can see different color combos that she's done, different facial features. She gave one of them cheeks, little crocheted round cheeks, super cute. I think a little Christmas one would be darling. Maybe red and white stripes for the body and then green for the head. You guys know that I'm a sucker for that color combo. Red and white stripes for the body and then green for the head. That would work if you're doing the same type of yarn for both for sure too, because then it would be nice and funky. I do think the faux fur or the Sherpa makes them look the cutest, because if you just use blanket yarn or a yarn that's less textured, it looks kind of just like peel shaped, if that makes sense. But it's still very cute. And if you get the PDF from Somerr, from her shop, you can get a bunch of different sizes. I think she comes with 3 total sizes. So you can add a variety if you wanted to, or just choose the size that makes the most sense for your business and your ideal customer. Very cute. Ava was obsessed with this small one. Before I even got the facial features on, she was trying to take it out of my room. I told her I need it for today's live and she can have it after. This pink one. Oh my gosh, Rhonda, stop. That will be happening. I might have the yarn for that, actually. I could probably do that. I think I have some more lime green faux fur. Not the one that I used for my Gracie doll dress, but I have a different one. I think I did, now I'm confused. I think I did a YouTube video a while ago, maybe last Christmas, for lime green faux fur options that I found on the internet. I think I got some of them from Amazon, and I think that was the one that I used in the Gracie doll dress. I love that one. It is a joy to work with. It is squishy and silky soft, and a little bit has some give to it. I really liked it a lot. Very dense. And then the lime green, the bright lime green, I might have got something from Temu. I can't remember, but there might be a video on YouTube here. Oh, almost didn't make my tally. From last Christmas time, I think. Didn't wear my sleeve, my little elbow sleeve. Guess I'm just too tough. Paid PDF. Oh, thanks, Mackenzie. Mackenzie is giving us the link to go buy Somerr's pattern. It looks like an affiliate link. Way to go, Mackenzie. So that I will get a small commission from purchases made through that link that Mackenzie just shared for us. That's my disclaimer. This is just another mindless, calming. I love it. Those patterns are my favorite. Let me know, which kind of patterns do you like better? Do you like the mindless crochet where you can just casually crochet along without thinking too hard? Or do you like more intricate where you need to be paying attention? That way you don't mess it up because it's so intricate and neat. I'd love to know your thoughts. I for sure like the mindless crochet, like hands down. Usually if I have to be paying attention, I don't make it, except for at nighttime when everybody in my family is asleep and it's just me. Mindless, says Britt. Oh, thank you, Mackenzie. She's 24 degrees right now. I was getting ready to holler at Gabe and ask him to tell me because I was curious. Ugh. Yuck. No. My best friend lives in Florida. Maybe I'll just ditch all of my family and responsibilities and go live with her in the winter. And be like, y'all just wing it. Figure it out. I'm out of here. I am on row 10 right now. So we're getting close to having our body finished. She said in the pattern, 15 rows or however to get to a certain length, or until body reaches approximately 8 inches. That was her suggestion. Oops. For the length of the little guy. Boop. Okay. So this is row 11. Still single crocheting one time in each stitch. It's kind of looking like a little teddy bear beanie. Miranda of Crazy for Crochet Mama made a bunch of teddy bear beanies when faux fur yarn first came out, and they were absolutely darling, and she definitely used pink. It's making me think of that. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm working, like my correct side is on the inside right now. Technically, the front of my stitches is on the inside. So I will be flipping it, but you can't tell with faux fur. If you wanted it to be that way, nobody would ever know. I bet the other way does have a little bit of a different texture, though. We'll see in just a second when I get this. When we switch to blanket yarn, you'll want your front stitches to be the correct side of your work. But for faux fur yarn, anything goes, baby. So yes, it can be annoying to learn, but it is really nice once you get the hang of it. Okay. 11. I like mindless when I'm with other people in the car, family gathering, but intricate stuff is fun when I have some alone time with my cup of tea. Christina, do you ever find that your tea gets cold because you're crocheting and then you forget to drink it? Because that happens to me with my coffee. I'll be like, oh shoot, I was drinking that. I just want it to be connected to my mouth, I think. Amy likes having both types of projects going. I get that. I do my mindless crochet throughout the day, and then I do my intricate stuff at night when everybody's asleep. So I get that. I do like having multiple projects happening because I like short-term, quick ones that I can crank out, but then also a longer one going in the background. There's just something about finishing a more big or detailed project. I love the way that feels. We got 2 left. Yes. One and one more here. And I'm holding my fingers where my next stitch will go, and I'm getting my tally. Okay. I love faux fur. So cute. I have a box somewhere in my basement full of Spinella yarn that was discontinued a long time ago from Lion Brand, and I was gonna find it last night to make my little practice slug, but I couldn't find it because we are finishing the basement, so everything is kind of sprawled out all over. But hopefully I'll find it because then I can make some cute little slugs, small ones with the Spinella. It's like Red Heart Hygge fur when it comes to size, which was what I consider a worsted weight faux fur. I don't even know if that's even science. My coffee gets cold all of the time when I crochet. Mine too, but a cup warmer. That's nice. Oh, Nita, you will get the hang of it, I promise. Also, if you make a mistake, nobody's going to know. You won't see it. Other people won't see it. The fur it will hide it. It will hide it well. That's 13. Also, stitch markers help. Making the tally marks help because there's no way I could go back and count those rows. There's no way at all. This looks like it was just, you can't even tell it's crocheted. It's magic. It's magic. My favorite one of my designs on my blog is the faux fur Addie Bear. Making the Addie Bear with the knitting machine with the faux fur. They turn out so stinking cute. I have one hanging in my stocking, right? 2 of them. 3 feet from my person, but I can't grab it. If you guys remind me before we log off, I will grab one and show it to you if you want to see it. They are darling. One is a brown color and one is a cream color. The cream one's my favorite. Gabe likes it too. So Anthea said she doesn't mind cold coffee. I mind lukewarm coffee. It needs to either be iced or hot. I'm an iced coffee gal most of the time, especially if I'm out and about. My order from Starbucks is an iced vanilla blonde iced vanilla latte with whipped cream. That's the secret. It's delicious. They make their own whipped cream. Hi, Charlene, welcome. But I have an espresso machine that I bought maybe over like 2 years ago, maybe just a year. I can't remember. I think it's been closer to 2. So I make my own blonde lattes every morning, but I make them hot. Now in the summertime, I will do iced, or if I'm on the go, I'll do iced because it's easier for me to take iced coffee than it is hot coffee because my coffee mugs that I have do not fit in my cup holder, and I don't take the travel mugs. I have a bunch of in the house mugs that I use. So if I'm going somewhere, I usually make iced. Iced vanilla lattes are my jam. But I can't do lukewarm. I really don't like it. It's got to be hot or cold. Okay. Trying to keep my fingers where my next hole goes. Oh, that's 15. Okay. I'm going to put my stitch marker where my next hole goes, just in case I lose it. Let's take a look at what we got. And look, I still got faux fur left over. I wasn't sure how long, if that would last. So let's flip her right side out. Oh, look. Such a cute little nugget. Oh, like a little mitten. Just need a little thumb hole. If my stitches were a little bit bigger, I could squeeze through there. Very cute. Okay, so she said or 8 inches. This is not 8 inches. I mean, it's close when I pull it like that. Let's see. I got this from Cracker Barrel. I also have an owl that I got just the other day, but I like the flamingo better. We are at 5.5 inches, not 8. So she suggests to keep crocheting until you get 8 inches. I think I might do one more row, but I think I'm going to just keep mine kind of stubby. I think it could be cute. A little stubby. My faux fur yarn is shedding onto my favorite Christmas sweater. I remember when the faux fur yarn first came out, the Lion Brand Gopher Faux shedded so bad. It got in my teeth. I mean, in my mouth, got all over my clothes. It was very sheddy. We're almost back around. I think I'll stop after this row. So technically, if you knew that you had 24 stitches and you could just go until you get to 8 inches, you wouldn't even have to count. Which one is that? Is it this guy? No, that's the next one. I can't tell. Yeah, that's the next one. So you could not even use stitch markers at all. Just get through row 4 where you know that you for sure have 24 stitches. It's going to be important for the math for the eyeballs. You want to have 24 stitches for the way these are done. If you're off, it will change how this is done. And depending upon your level of crochet experience, you might not be able to tweak it. But if you knew that you had 24 stitches and you could just crochet without thinking until you get about 8 inches, that's a good mindless project. So I'm going to stop here and change to my blanket yarn. So I'm going to take that stitch back out. So, because I change colors in the middle of a stitch. So I'll show you what I do to change colors. That's where I'm going to change colors. This is where my next stitch is going to go. Grab my yarn and pull up a loop like I'm getting ready to make a single crochet, but instead of pulling through with my faux fur, I'm going to switch to my blanket yarn. I think this is Bernat blanket, and it's got a shimmery bit to it. Very cute. This is not the center pull, but I'm afraid if I pull for the center, it's going to make us a big old knotted mess. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to pull from the outside. No problem. Okay. And now I'm going to finish out the stitch there. I'm going to go ahead and put my hook into that next spot so I know where it is. I can remove my stitch marker. We are going to do, okay, so for round 1 with the blanket yarn, we single crochet 3 and then we increase. So we're going from 24 to 30 stitches. So I guess as long as you get to 30, when you switch to blanket yarn, if this is off, you're fine. Because you won't be able to tell it at all from this. But we are going to increase to 30 with the blanket yarn. I had another thought that I was like, I better make sure. Oh, I was going to cut this. My scissors. There they are. Okay. Here we go. Boop. That one is done. We're done with the faux fur. Oh, that's fun, Mackenzie. That's where you can go to grab the free gift pocket pattern. Thanks, Mackenzie. Okay, so now we're going to, and I'm going to yarn over for this row specifically. I think it's a cleaner look for when I change colors, just the way that I hold my hook and all the things. So it doesn't affect, you can do either way. Whatever you want to do is fine. If you notice, that's why I did it. It's white. You probably won't be able to tell because of the faux fur touching it, but just in case. So we're going to single crochet 3 times, and then we're going to increase. We're going to do that all the way around, giving us a total of 30 stitches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to increase, which means 2 single crochets in the same stitch. If you don't decrease evenly, won't your finished product come out wonky shaped? Only if you do it very, very in a very specific kind of wrong. If I wasn't sure and I kept increasing in the same spot over and over again, it would get wonky. But if I'm just mixing it up, if I'm like, oh shoot, I got off count, I'm going to add another one here, and it's totally random, you'd be fine. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. Boop and boop. So that should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So all my increases get me to a multiple of 10. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. How cute are these two colors together? 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. 2 single crochet stitches in the same spot. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. At least now that we're using blanket yarn, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Not perfect. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to end with an increase here. And then that brings us back to the beginning of the round. I didn't use a stitch marker because the fact that I changed colors and yarn types was my stitch marker. But now I'm going to use my stitch marker. Hey, Alana, I think it's Alana. It might be Elena. You can catch the replay, but definitely make sure you grab your bonus for showing up live. Mackenzie will give you the link for that. Okay. Now for round. So the way she the way she wrote it in the pattern, when you get to the head, she changes her row counts again. So that was round 1 of the head. So now we're on round 2 and 3. So we're not counting anymore from the beginning. So for rounds 2 and 3, we're just going to single crochet 1 time in each stitch all the way around. Super simple. We're going for 30 single crochets for 2 rounds. So you could just count to 60 if you don't want to use your stitch markers. That's what I do sometimes. I just count to the correct number, unless it's like 257. I don't have time for that. I will definitely either lose track of my counts or get distracted in the middle of counting, and then it will be gone from my brain forever. And then I'd have to frog it. And then, oh no, we were supposed to switch hooks. Oh no, we were supposed to switch hooks. Everybody calm down. Reverse. I was wondering why it was so thick. We're supposed to switch hooks. Yes, 7 millimeter. Redo, redo, redo. Redo, redo, redo. Get in there. I'm glad I made one last night. I would have forgotten. I'm going to leave that first one there just for the sake of not losing my spot. There we go. That's 1, 2, and 3, and then an increase. Okay. Yes. Phew. My bad. 1, 2, and 3, and then an increase. Another one of Somerr's patterns is the Wild Robot. We're obsessed with that movie in the books. We're obsessed with him. Okay, 3 and then an increase. I need to make one for Ava. 2, 3, and then an increase. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, I cannot. I didn't learn how to read those things, Alana or Elena. Elaine, like airplane, or Elan, like mow the lawn. I don't know. Where am I? Okay. Is that my increase? Yes. 1, 2, 3, and then increase. And then 1, 2, 3, and then increase. Perfect. Back to 30. Good to go. Nobody has to know we messed up. No problem. Boop. Now rounds 2 and 3 is just 1 time. So good, Deborah. Hang on, let me tell you a secret in the comments. Be in the comments. Okay, there you go. Very much love that movie. So it's just single crocheting one time in each stitch all the way around for 2 rounds. When we went and watched the movie, I bawled my eyes out the whole time. And normally I don't like things that make me cry, but this was just different. I don't know how to explain it. Megan, have you seen it? How did it make you feel? Did you cry? Me and Megan both have ADHD, so sometimes we have similar experiences. I cried the whole time, but I still like it. And it wasn't even like, it's not like Grey's Anatomy crying. It's just different. It's good. We are almost to our stitch marker, which means we are finished round 2 of the head portion. Vanessa also cried the whole time. But it did make me sad. It was I don't know. Maybe a few parts made me sad, but most of the crying was just like happy crying, which I don't like happy crying either, like the Fox and the Hound when they get reunited. Spoiler alert. I don't know. Wild Robot, I just loved it. I loved every second of it. Okay, I'm going to knot these 2 tails together because they're just going to live inside of this guy. I am not sewing them in. Nobody would know that they're even in there. So I'm just going to hide them in there. No problem. Like plain. So Elena. Thank you. Elena. Got it. Okay. Now 1 more row of single crochets for 30. I feel like I'm missing out. I've never heard of the Wild Robot. Lila, it's a movie and a book, and it is precious. It is not from Disney. I think it's DreamWorks, maybe. It is so sweet. I think it's very good for, it's probably good for everybody, but I liked it specifically because I'm a mom. We watched the trailer when I was still in the hospital after having my son, and we were so emotional, bawled our eyes out just from the trailer. It's a very, very sweet movie. I don't know if it's on any streaming platforms, Lila. Let me tell you another secret in the comments. Oh, I didn't watch Sound of Freedom. Megan, I can't watch it. I knew I couldn't watch it. There's no way. I couldn't, there's no way. I told you another secret in the comments. Oh, yeah, Kim, I could see that. I could see crying at that moment in a season of life. You have to go see Somerr's that she made, like her pattern, her design. It is very sweet. And it's made with blanket yarn. And I have some gray blanket yarn. I have some really, really thick stuff. And then I also have like regular blanket yarn. Okay. That's our second round of the head. Now let's see. Round 4, we're going to single crochet 3 times. And then we're going to decrease. And we're going to repeat that. So we're going back to 24 stitches. The reason that she increased is because, I would imagine, is because for her, the yarn that she was using, I think the blanket yarn was smaller. Also, we went down a hook size, and she didn't want the head to like, maybe she didn't want it to bulge out, wanted it to be. Mine is almost a little bit bigger still than my faux fur. So now we're going to go back down because we're going to be making headed towards the top. Like starting to shape the head back in. So we're going to single crochet 3 times, and then we're going to decrease. And I will show you how to do it the decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to decrease. So I'm going to go invisible decrease is what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to take my hook and go under the front loop only of the first stitch in my decrease. So it's hard to tell, but there's two. Like if you're looking at your crochet, there's like a V, and then you have the front loop is this guy, and then the back loop is this guy. Normally we put our hook through both. For this invisible decrease, we're just going to be going under the front loop only. So that guy there, and then I'm going to whip it and pick up the front loop only of the next stitch next to it. And that's where I'm going to place my single crochet, and that is my first decrease. So we should be ending on a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Decrease. Boop. I'm going to do it one more time, a little bit slower. So under the front loop of my first stitch, whip it real good under the front loop of my second stitch. And decrease. 1, 2, 3. You're welcome, Kim. Enjoy your tears. Decrease. 1, 2, 3. Decrease. What are we talking about, Jessie? With Lila? Does anyone have a projector they use for watching movies? Oh, nice. I have one, but we've never used it. 1, 2, 3. Decrease. I think what I want are those glasses that you can be looking up, but you can see what's down. So I think that would probably help with like our posture and everything, but also like if you're laying down, you can still. Have you seen those? There's like a little mirror in them. What is this? Just a regular single? Where are we? Shoot it. Abe used to say shoot it when she was a baby. Okay, that's a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and then decrease. Perfect. And stitch marker goes here. And just in case I lose, because sometimes it can be a little bit hard to discern which stitch is next when it's after an invisible decrease. So I went ahead and put my stitch marker there. Okay, that was round 4. Round 5, we're going to single crochet one time in each stitch all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. Oh, Lila, I think we should all, Lila, I think we should all get them. I think it would be fun. I want to, I'd be afraid I would get motion sick with those glasses. Even if you're not moving, Britt, like even if you're laying in bed. Can't stitch along, but I'm sorry, Kathleen. Yes, Melody, there is a freebie. Let's see. craftyconcept.com/candy cane. That will get you this to make the Christmas light gift pocket. This is not my design, so I cannot give out the PDF, but I can give you this PDF. The link just brings up an option to block or report. Which link? Not Candy Cane. I tried it before we went live. Oh, Mackenzie's help. Is Mackenzie helping? I'm going to let Mackenzie handle it. Let me know, Mackenzie, if you need my help. But if you text me, I won't get it because my phone is on Do Not Disturb. So you have to post some emojis or something so it catches my attention. Okay, row 5 is 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. And then we're going to stuff our slug and then make the eyes, which is the way she designed it. It's very clever. And they turn out so, so cute. Oh, how pretty would like a rainbow stripedy slug be? That would be very cute. Like for the body portion and then the head being a solid color. Now I want to make all the slugs. I want to get her pattern for the smaller one with the same type of yarn. because then you can make them very quickly. Okay, and last one here. Definitely wouldn't mind trying them to see. Well, I get a little bit motion sickness, Britt. It didn't happen until I turned 30, but so I cannot do like the Ava's VR thing, not happening. I can't even watch the iPad when she's doing the VR. Like when she's like walking around, it makes me so sick to my stomach. Like I feel like I have the flu after. It's not good. The link posted above. craftyconcept.com/candy cane. That one works. I went to that one after the live started. So that one should be working. Here's the link to the pattern Ashley is making. Okay, craftyconcept.com/slug. Yeah, it wasn't an issue when I was younger, but as I got older, not happening. So now we're going to stuff our little slugs with some polyfill or whatever you want to use to stuff it with. There's a hair. That's cute. Throw that in there. And a little tip is you can kind of go like this with your polyfill, and it will be less clumpy, and it will go further, I believe. Gives your finished thing a little bit of a better shape. It might not be that important with this type of yarn. Might be more important to do this with things that are made with like worsted weight yarn. But now this is my habit. So some of this is a little bit different polyfill because Ava had some sort of weird picking toy. There was like a stuffed animal that you pick the fur off of it. I don't know if it's like for ADHD kids or what, but it was weird. But we kept all the stuffing because I can use that as polyfill. Boop, boop, boop. That's why there's some random stuff in there. And I keep my polyfill in this seat that the Gracie doll is sitting on, that little ottoman looking thing. So if I get random polyfill from like stuffed animals and things, I just throw it in there and then I have it at the ready. This stuff feels so cheap compared to the stuff that I used for the hamster. Do you guys remember I said it was from the Hook and Needles subscription box that they sent me? I did a YouTube video about them. The polyfill they gave me was luxurious. This feels so cheap compared to that. I got one last night, actually. I enjoyed picking the fur off. Okay, listen. If you enjoy it, there's no harm in it, right? It's not hurting nobody. It's just sitting there picking. You do you. But if you have some waste from it, you can use it to stuff your slug. I have a whole thing, I think it came in like a clear thing and you could stuff it with your waste, but Ava didn't want to keep the things. I have it in my ottoman thingy. I can't get the other link. Candy cane, not sure what the issue is. Only gives me links to the video. I'm really not sure. The candy cane link is not working, is what you're telling me. Let me see. I don't think I can share my screen with, I don't know, let me try. Okay. Let me see. I'm just going to try the link real quick. craftyconcept.com/candy cane. Works perfectly. This is the link. Did I misspell candy cane? That's the one that works perfectly for me. Okay. Back to stuffing my slug. And after we get our slug stuffed all the way, we can get started on the eyes. And it's almost finished. Okay. And I'm a chronic overstuffer, trying not to overstuff, but I can't seem to help it. Okay, thanks, friends. Maybe try an incognito window, Kathleen. Maybe try copying and pasting it instead of just clicking it. Maybe that's the issue. Ugh, this polyfill feels like garbage compared to the luxurious stuff I felt a little while ago. Actual garbage. Okay. We'll probably add a little bit more as we go. Now we are going to count ahead and place a stitch marker in the 5th single crochet. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, going into the 5th with a stitch marker. And now we are going to skip 16 stitches and single crochet in over here. Which one? I'm both doing this one. So we're going to skip all the way. Excuse me. My throat got weird. It like seized up. Bye, Deborah. Have a good day. My throat just kind of like locked up. Okay. We're going to skip 16. So that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is where we're going to place our single crochet. I'm going to put a stitch marker so I can find it easily. Take this one out. Actually, we'll leave that one there for now. So I'm going to come all the way over here, and this is going to be where I place my single crochet. So see what I'm doing here? Whoop! Into the stitch, and then I'm going to make sure to pull everything nice and taut, not too hard, or your blanket yarn will snap. We're going to place our single crochet here. I yarned over just, okay. Now I'm going to put a stitch marker there because last night when I was making this, these stitches are very easy to lose. Actually, I want it to be a different color because it's right next to the one that's my last stitch marker. So it doesn't seem practical. So I'm going to switch here and here. Excellent. That's my first one. The purple one is where my last one will go. Okay. Now it says to single crochet 8. So that was 1. This is 2. 2 and 3. 4. Might have to lift my phone up. 5, 6, 7, and 8 should have been in that stitch. Did I miscount? I'm going to lift this up. I feel like I'm getting ready to smack into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somehow we got off. Maybe I miscounted to 16. So I'm going to try again. Okay. This should be 24. And then we skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Skip 16. Go into the 17. That's my bad. Okay. That's my bad. So I went into the 16. Skip 16. Go into the 17. Hope that helps. Okay. Now back into our working yarn. First stitch is first of 8 is going to go all the way over here where that guy is. Nice and taut, but do not pop your blanket yarn because then you'll be frustrated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the last one where my stitch marker is. It is important to make sure we get all of these stitches to be on count because my 2 eyes need to be symmetrical for one. And if we didn't get our count correct, they would not be symmetrical. One would be bigger than the other. Also, they might be off center because I would have, I hate that you can't see my mouth. I would have different stitches for here in the middle. So that's why we need to make sure our counts are correct. So that was round 6. So for round 7 and 8, we're going to single crochet one time in each stitch. For rounds 7 and 8. Is that too far? Might be. We'll try it. This is round 7. Bye, Kathleen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the last one is 8. And then we're going to do that again. Popping that guy in there so we do not get lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would be so fun, Kathleen. 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay. Now for the next round, we're going to increase in each stitch, going from 8 to 16. So 2 single crochets in each stitch. I can't decide. Okay. 1 and 2. Sorry, Britt, if I'm making you car sick. Moving the camera around. 1 and 2. That's 4. 2 stitches in each hole. 1 and 2. This is 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 4 more. 2 more increases. 13, 14, 15, and 16. Excellent. Now it says 2 rounds of 16. So we do 2 rounds with 1 stitch in each stitch all the way around. And then we're going to decrease back down to 8. And then we're finished with this eyeball. Let's see. Glad you could make it, Waynell. Hope you got lots of glorious rest. I slept horribly last night. I kept waking up. That's not usual for me. Okay, that's my first round of 16. And then we're going to do it one more time. And then we're going to start our decreases. Look how fun. Look how fun. It almost could look like little legs. You could make like little feet and make something different, like a little alien. Okay. One time in each stitch all the way around, again for 16. Sorry, Britt. Jamie, maybe you and I were just too excited for Crochetmas Day 6. Maybe that's why we didn't sleep good. Okay. Now we are going to decrease down to 8 stitches. So we're going to decrease in every 2 stitches together. I'm going to give myself some slack because this is irritating me. Okay. So to do our invisible decrease again, we're just picking up the front loop, coming up from the bottom, under to pick it up, and then whip it around, and then under to pick up the front loop of the one next to it. That is our first of 8 decreases. 1, 2, 3. I made Ava a pair of crafty boho slippers yesterday. I was like making sure to get them done, making them a priority, and then they're too big. So they fit me. I guess subconsciously I wanted the yarn she picked out. which of course I don't have any more of that. And of course it was discontinued. So we're going to try again with the different. I'm going to wash them and see if that makes them a little bit smaller, but also we're going to try again with some different yarn, and she can have those next year when her feet are the same size as mine. Okay, well, I don't really need to put that stitch marker there. Now we are going to slip stitch in this next stitch here to tie off. And that eye is finished being crocheted. We still have to stuff it, close it, and make it have an eyeball. Where'd my scissors go? Here they are. So cut long enough to have a tail that you can sew close this circle. Mine's like a little over a foot probably. It's probably too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Let's get this out of the way. Woo! Brittany, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Close your eyes. I'll tell you when it's fixed. Okay, it's fixed. Now I can pull this all the way through. Boom. I'm going to take my slippers off. Hopefully that'll help me regulate my body heat because I'm getting sweaty. Okay, one eye to go. Ugh. Okay. Definitely the reason. We were just way too excited. Oh, goodness. I'm going to go crisscross. Here we go. Nope. Legs won't fit under my table. My table is very short for the sake of videoing. Mackenzie sits at this table when she's here, and she's like, it is very short. Okay. You can go ahead and close this up if you want to. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to our next eye. So I'm going to be using my big old tapestry needle here, nice and thick. And I'm going to close it up by picking up the front loop only, just like I did for the invisible decrease. Just all the front loops. And that's how I'm going to close up my little eye. Picking up the front loops. There we go. Until I get back around. That I think is my slip stitch or something. Okay. And then I'm going to pull it. Wow, that got twisted real quick. Pull it very gently because blanket yarn likes to snap. I swear if this snaps on me, I'm going to be very upset. It is not closing. It's not closing like I want it to. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. And I'm just going to run under those stitches a little bit more. Keep it nice and taut. Oh! Okay. And hiding this puppy into my thingy. Yeah, we're gonna stuff it. We're gonna stuff it, Terry. We're gonna stuff it from the bottom. There. There we go. At least that's what I did for last night. So I guess if you wanted to stuff it from the top, you could. I'm shoving that tail back into the rounded portion of the eyeball. Okay. One is done. Now we're going to do the second eyeball. Rejoin new working yarn in the marked stitch. Leave a long tail that will be used to stitch the center of the head closed at the end. I didn't do that with my practice one because I got excited and didn't read the whole instruction. So we're going to leave a long tail. This is how long mine is. That's how long it is. Okay. And we're going to rejoin where our purple stitch marker was, where we skipped 5 stitches. Chain 1. Now we're going to single crochet 8. Yes. So we're going to repeat rounds 7 through 12 of this eye. So single crochet 8, starting in the spot we just joined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to make sure my tail stays out of the circle so I can use it. And then we're going to go all the way back into the first one. So I'm gonna lift the camera. Okay, so we can see what we're doing. I'm gonna take, so my working yarn, I'm just kind of putting it this way because if it goes, it might get in my way. So I'm going like this, and then I'm gonna close this circle here by putting my hook into that first stitch. And then keeping everything nice and tight. We're going to do 2 more rounds of 8 stitches. So hopefully that's the right spot. So this is 1 because it's in the round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you for the tip, Heather. That's a good one. Heather Mackenzie, 7. Can you share Heather's tip? And then 8 is where my stitch marker is. Okay. And then 1 more round of 8. Well, I guess if you were going to use a safety eye, you should have popped that puppy in before we closed it. You can still make it happen if you need to, but for this one, put the safety eye in before you close the top. I'm using puff paint. 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one here. 5, 6, 7, and then the last one. Now we're going to do our row of increases from 8 to 16. Okay, so 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. 1 and 2. There we go. I'm going to try not to count. I feel like if I'm counting out loud, it's got to be, ooh, I always do that. It's got to be disrupting your guys' counting. I try not to do it. What brand of puff paint do you use? Because the brand I use ends up hard. So Leisha or Letitia, it does end up hard. All the puff paint that I've ever used ends up hard. Hang on, I'll show you. I use Tulip brand though. You can get it on Amazon. I think I have it linked. craftyconcept.com/Amazon will take you to my storefront. I believe it's in Maker Essentials. I have like little lists. This is the brand that I have. Well, that one says slick, and this one says matte. This is what it is. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is hard. He's so cute. Little squish. Okay, and now we have 2 more rows of 16 stitches now. So that's for rounds 10 and 11. 2 more with 16. Note, either yarn eyes or puffy paint don't hurt when the bigger kids have slug fights later. She's saying that a safety eye would probably cause some pain on the children who will be having slug fights. You're not wrong. 3. You could also do the felt eyes if that's your jam. I think I have some felt eyes in there, and then just hot glue them. If you get them from somebody who puts the heat bond on the back, they will be pretty secure. I'm a big fan of the puff paint. I can add anything I need to. Super quick, super easy. Takes a while to dry, so it's not great for like if you're in a hurry. I like to let mine dry overnight. Okay, 1 more round of 16. I wonder if I just threw that on the floor, if it would. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. Here we go. One more round of 16, and then we're going to decrease back down to 8, and then close her up. I'll probably have to do my eyes off camera for the sake of time. Okay, last row for 16. Then we're going to decrease down to 8, just like the previous eyeball. I didn't do too many, did I? No, I don't think so. So I am not Elena, I'm not going to claim that it is or isn't safe for like legal purposes, but it works for me. And they are machine wash and dry, no problem. Stays on there. I have some crafty boho slippers that I made in 2019, the year I designed them, and I put puff paint on the bottom to make them slip resistant, and they're still there. And it's been a very long time, and they were on my feet. I wear them regularly, walking around on them. There's no more harder wear and tear than shoes. They're still good to go. The only time that I've had my puff paint come off, you can't pick it off because it adheres to the yarn fibers. Like, the only time I've seen it come off is when the fibers of the yarn comes off, like the yarn itself comes apart, or my dog will chew it off. So if a baby could probably, well, not a baby with no teeth, but a child could maybe chew it off if they are as aggressive as a dog when it comes to chewing. That's just personal experience. That is not advice. It's just my testimony. Okay, I'm gonna slip stitch in the next spot, leave a long enough tail to sew in, and so close my eye. If you do want to use safety eyes, now's probably the time so you can get to it from 2 different angles if you need to. I'm not, so I'm just going to close it up. I'm going to try to do Heather's suggestion to help it be easier to close. She said to pull it taut as I go instead of wait until the end. Let's see if I can. Very gently. Six. Let's see. Don't pop on me, don't pop. Okay, phew. Now, blanket yarn is so temperamental with the popping, which can be nice if you don't have scissors on hand. You can just rip it, no problem, but it can not be nice when you're trying to pull it. Okay. Get this puppy sewed in all the way. And then we will hide it in the middle like we did the other one. Just down in there. You're welcome, Elena. I believe mine says non-toxic. This is Bernat blanket yarn. I'm pretty sure, Kathleen. It doesn't have a label on it, but I'm pretty sure it's Bernat blanket yarn. Okay, this goes back in there. And then we are going to use the tail that we left to sew closed the head portion. Perfect. This is our tail. Yes, okay. Keep everything nice and taut. So I think this is the back because I can see a little bit of a jump here. So I'm going to say this is the back and this is the front. Hopefully I don't forget because I don't want that in the front. It's really subtle, but I see it. So I'm using my tapestry needle to close up the head, and you can use whatever method you'd like. Oh, just kidding. We need to stuff our eyeballs. We need to stuff our eyeballs with our polyfill here. I'm going to zoom back out I'm going to move the phone. That's the motion warning. Here we go. Okay. I think, oh, no, we need to go a little bit more because you're right on my head like a little hat. Okay. That way you can see what I'm doing without me risking bumping into the camera and taking us all for a little ride. Okay. And then I'll do this one. And she said in the pattern to be sure to stuff the base firmly to keep them erect. So that's this the little leg portion of it. It's a little difficult for me. It's probably easier for you guys. Just being the amazing, talented people that you are. But my other one turned out fine. I don't think I stuffed it as good as I would have liked, but I think it still holds up pretty good. So I'm just stuffing the little eyes, the little eye legs. Okay. Okay, let's read the back of this real quick. It says, let's see, permanent, machine washable. Those are the words that it gave me up there. And it gives you the instructions. Can be washed after 72 hours. It doesn't give me the ingredients or anything. It says dimensional fabric paint. I thought they had to maybe don't have to put ingredients because it's not a food. Oh, no, that's instructions. That's what it says. Okay. Okay. I think these are pretty good. And I'll probably add a little bit more after I close up a few stitches. So I'm going to do the whip stitch method, and because where this yarn is kind of textured, you won't see it. So to do it, I'm just going to go into the stitch across from it and then into the stitch on this side. You should have 4 stitches here and 4 stitches here that you can line up together. No, Letitia, you are, if you're on the email list, oh yeah, you did. You had to sign up again for the VIP in a very specific spot. I didn't want to send Crochetmas info to my entire list if they were not interested. So everybody had to sign up to choose to be interested. If you go to craftyconcept.com/Crochetmas, you can sign up there to get on the VIP list. Just kind of organizing my whole email list. But I did send out a couple emails to my whole list letting them know about Crochetmas. So I restarted because I wasn't digging. I feel like maybe I missed one of the stitches, but it could just be the way my tail is. So if I pull this 1, 2, 3, 4, for some reason I feel like I have an extra gap. Maybe I didn't pull my yarn taut enough when I single crocheted, but I'm going to add an extra whip stitch there, which is an extra one, as well as the 4 that'll go across the top of the head. Because I'm not digging this little, it's like a triangle. That little boop isn't supposed to be there. And I might not have had my tension tight enough when I was crocheting 8 and then pulling it nice and tight. So let's go here and then here. Ugh. That's where I'm going to try to close that up before we get to the 4 stitches that are in the middle of the head. And I'll just gently tug it closed because blanket yarn is temperamental. Okay. I said I was going to whip stitch, changed my mind. Now I'm going to go into this stitch from the outside and then across to that guy. If I was doing a whip stitch, I would come back around from this side. So I'm just going to close it this way. And then the next stitch paired up with the next stitch across from it. If I wasn't using, because I think we could do, so now I'm going to whip it. Whip it real good. This time I'm going across and I'm lifting up the 1 loop and 1 loop. I think This is technically the back loop and this is the front loop. I'm not sure. But I'm just doing like the outside loops to see if that gives it a nice clean close. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to whip it again. Pull up one loop. Pull up one loop. Okay. And then I'm going to secure this little spot as well. I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to pick up a little piece of that stitch and a little piece of this stitch and close her up. Oh, I didn't add any more polyfill. Oh, I probably needed to. Maybe I can just readjust it and it'll be fine. Should have added a little bit more, but it'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more. So sorry. So sorry. I mean, I might not, but I'm gonna try. If it's too difficult, I won't. Please don't rip blanket yarn. Please don't rip. Just be kind. Okay? Be kind. I was excited about closing it up, and then I forgot. Where's this one coming from? Where's it coming from? Where is it? Is it that? Might be impossible for it. Oh! Ha! I can just go. I'm going to do one more. Yes. And then, yes. Okay. Woo! We got it. Okay. Now I'm going to throw in some more polyfill. We'll make sure to scoot it all the way across to the other side. And then all the way across to this side. And then down in the middle. Maybe we don't need all of that. Let's see. I'll probably end up gifting this to one of the children in my family. So I want it to be cute. Let's see. I think we need a little bit more. Chronic overstuffer. Also, the faux fur yarn has a lot of give to it, so it stretches. It opened the page that said sign up, click here, but open unavailable, not found. The pink link that says sign up for Crochetmas can't be found. Thanks, Megan. Mackenzie, Mackenzie's still here. Can you help Kathleen? She's having some techie issues with the sign up link. Okay, now I think we can close it up the rest of the way. One of my earrings just fell out. Okay. Let's go back to what we had. Yes, so whipping this way, first loop, and then the two outside loops are the ones that I'm going under. And then this one is going to go here and here. It doesn't really super duper matter. It just needs to be closed up. So you don't have any open holes. We don't need any holes in our amigurumi. My tail is probably a little bit longer than necessary. So it makes it a little bit difficult to pull it through nicely. Oh, I like it. You can see where I changed my joining method. This is where I started whipping, and that's where I didn't whip. It's fine. Nobody's going to notice except for me and you. Okay. Let's see if we are... I think we're done. So I'm just going to sew in this tail now and then secure it into the body. I am going to trim it though because this is a little redonkulous. So let's do and doop. Okay. Now go under these stitches. And then I'm going to, usually I like to knot it and then hide it. Yeah, I'm going to knot it around just a random strand because that tells my heart that it's more secure. Because I feel like if somebody tried hard enough, they could undo it if I don't knot it. And then I will hide the knot into the body. Boop. And then out. Here we go. Pull it nice and tight, but don't break it. And then boop. Now she's done. Excellent. Oh, that was the front. My bad. I meant to do all of that on the back, but that was the front. But it's okay. Can't tell. Can't tell because fuzzy yarn is very forgiving and hides all of our sins. There we go. Nice and shapely. Beautiful, fantastic. Love it. I will be using puff paint to close her up. You can also do sleepy eyes, which is very cute. Ava didn't want sleepy eyes on this guy, so I gave him open eyes. Maybe I'll give this one sleepy eyes. So just like smiley faces with eyelashes coming out, and then a little happy, she's having good dreams mouth. But I will be using my puff paint. I do have a full tutorial on my blog for how to use puff paint if you've never used it before. But for the sake of this video's time, I will not be continuing on live with you guys. Excellent. Okay, thanks for hanging out, friends. You're welcome, Waynell. Was it Kathleen? Kathleen. Okay, looks like we got you taken care of. Hopefully we got you taken care of. If not, email support@acraftyconcept, and Mackenzie or Hannah will help you out this way. Hopefully Mackenzie, since she was here and she knows what's happening, hopefully she's able to get to you before Hannah does. But if you have any issues with the emails or the links or anything like that, this is your saving grace. They will help you for sure. Make sure before I close this guy out, you go to acraftyconcept.com/candy cane to get the ad-free PDF to make your own Christmas light gift pocket. Excellent for this time of year for gifting small gifts, gift cards, cash, all the things. And if they're good for you to gift, then they're also good for your ideal customer to gift. So keep that in mind. They would sell well at markets, hopefully, or even in your Etsy shops if you're able to get them listed ASAP because you're running out of time. Okay, back to the comments. Make sure we have no questions. You're welcome, friends. Okay, tomorrow's live is at, what is this, day 7, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 10 a.m.s in a row. So I will see you. Tomorrow is Saturday. So I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be making a chapstick holder. It's also the essential oil roller pattern. It's the same pattern. So we will be using thinner yarn. I think it's DK weight yarn or like a number 3 weight yarn and a smaller hook. I will send all of that information to you at 6 a.m. in the morning. And then I will see you at 10 a.m. for our live together. And then December 8th, we're making jumbo Santa head gift pockets. I'm really looking forward to that one. I still haven't got to make a sample, but maybe I will today. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being active in the comments. Anthony, I'm so glad you loved the chunky yarn. Please, if you post any pictures, please tag me at A Crafty Concept and or use hashtag Crochetmas 2024 so I can see all of your beautiful little snuggle slugs. Be sure to tag Sister Stitch Co. That is who designed this pattern and was gracious enough to let me share it here in our live together. So give her a big thank you too over on Instagram. And if you would like the PDF, she has them available in her shop. Mackenzie shared that link somewhere in the comments, but it's also in the blog post for this guy on my blog, which is acraftyconcept.com/slug. Super easy to remember. I will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Have a good day.